The Apostle Peter wrote that disciples of Jesus Christ are to have compassion one of another. In that spirit, I wish to speak to those who suffer from some form of mental illness or emotional disorder, whether those afflictions be slight or severe, of brief duration or persistent over a lifetime.
The things that I've struggled with are, I've struggled with depression, and anxiety, and suicidal thoughts, eating disorders, and like anxiety and panic attacks, and self-harm.
Broken minds can be healed just the way broken bones and broken hearts are healed. While God is at work making those repairs, the rest of us can help by being merciful, non-judgmental, and kind.
She's very selfless, cares about everyone, and she sacrifices a lot that maybe she sometimes shouldn't sacrifice because she loves people. And something that I said about her right before I left on my mission was that she is the first place that has really felt like home to me because of how good of a friend she is to me. And I think a lot of people feel that way about her when they're around her.
In striving for some peace and understanding in these difficult matters, it's crucial to remember that we are living and chose to live in a fallen world where for divine purposes our pursuit of godliness will be tested and tried again and again.
The thing that I think kind of started it was, I mean, I know that for everyone depression is different and it's not a cookie cutter thing. But for me, the way that it started was I was bullied a lot as a kid. I grew up in Missouri, and there was this one girl who lived, she didn't live super close to me. I didn't see her unless it was Sunday at church, but she would periodically just make fun of me and, you know, hit me, pinch me, say mean things. And, you know, when you're like 6, someone saying that you're really, really stupid is like a big deal. But, you know, she would just kind of pick on me a little bit. And I remember, I mean, sometimes she was really good friends with my cousin who lived in the same neighborhood as me. And so sometimes she would be in the neighborhood and I would see her and, you know, she would kind of come up and like whisper mean things and kind of just like pinch and hit me, you know, and then just kind of laugh and walk away.
Remember the Savior's own anguished example. If the bitter cup does not pass, drink it and be strong.
Then the friends that she makes just love her. The people that she surrounds, like the people that surround her, are happy and are motivated, and she has a way just with everyone, and it's crazy, and I just love it.
Of greatest assurance in such a plan is that a Savior was promised, a Redeemer, who through our faith in Him would lift us triumphantly over those tests and trials, even though the cost to do so would be unfathomable for both the Father who sent Him and the Son who came.
There was this group of boys who were in my seminary class, and one of them was in my class and the rest of them were older than I was, and it didn't happen super consistently, but there were definitely a few times where afterwards they'd walk me out to the dumpster and toss me in there and then walk off. The worst time was when my sister was there and she just kind of laughed and then walked away later with everyone else. It was great. One of them was actually her boyfriend, so that was fun. Whenever I would go to church, I would sit alone. No one would talk to me. I was what I like to call the fellowship case. My young women leaders would send Laurels over to sit next to me so I wouldn't be alone.
In any case, we've all taken courage from those who, in the words of the prophet Joseph, searched and contemplated the darkest abyss and persevered through it.
The thing that like still like kind of amazes me about, like, especially like during seminary, was that I at no point up until like I was a senior and just didn't want to go anymore because I was a senior, at no point did I have a desire to stop going to seminary because of it. Because I understood that even though occasionally, you know, I was going to feel really bad about myself after seminary, the spiritual gain that I got from going to seminary on a regular basis was so much greater than like any sort of like negative thing that could happen to me right afterwards. The Savior's love means that I always have someone who is looking out for me and is always watching for me and always has my best interest at heart, because I know that, I mean, the Savior did so much for me and the Savior died for me, and because of that I know that He's there for me, and He really does love me, and He wants what's best for me. And so I really take comfort in the fact that I know that I always have Him as like a brother and a friend, and I mean, yeah, just like someone who's watching out for me and loves me, and yeah. Yeah.
That love never changes. It is there for you when you are sad or happy, discouraged or hopeful. God's love is there for you whether or not you deserve it. It is simply always there. And hold fast to the perfecting promises of the atonement of Jesus Christ. Believe in miracles. I have seen so many. They came when every indication would say that hope was lost. Hope is never lost. Though we may feel we are like a broken vessel, as the psalmist says, we must remember that vessel is in the hands of the divine potter.